Happy New Year!
Well, we are super fuzzy-duzzy here, ain't we? Yeah. Someone needs to pay for some light in this fucking shithole, I tell you that.
Maybe if we didn't use all our funds for fireworks, we might be able to afford some better quality stuff. What's that over there?
Hey, I'm here to tell you, the fireworks pay for themselves. There we go. The fireworks pay for themselves. And look, they even left up yet last week's fucking background.
That is a badass poster, though. That's all I got to say. If you guys aren't on Total Nonstop Nostalgia on Facebook, you're tripping because that place gives away free shit. It's an awesome page.
Let's see here.
Look at that. That is awesome.
It is an awesome ass fucking logo, man.
Love that logo.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can fix some of this, guys. Give me 2 ticks. We're invisible.
Somebody snapped.
Oh. Talking about pulling the curtain back there, wouldn't we? Looks like that's about as best as we're going to get. So I'll be fuzzy. That's cool. I'll be fuzzy. That's cool. Well, it's New Year's resolution pay-per-view.
Why does it look like I got something?
It does, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Is it really there?
Mm-mm.
No, it's not really there. I'll be damned. It looks like you've been drinking something or something. Like you got something on there.
I got herpes or something. I haven't had herpes in a long ass time. I don't know what happened.
All right, guys. We have got a stack of matches on here. Every championship on the line except for the bare bones championship. As you know, that is only defended on the other show. Got a couple of triple threats, some tag team action. Tag team champion action.
I'm excited about that match.
And a 4-way, 6 minutes apiece, the main event for the Revolution World Championship. Possibility tonight, championships could change hands. Possibility tonight we could have the same champions. I said in the chat room the other day, if there are any championship changes whatsoever, they fucking earned it because it is very hard to take the title off one of the guys who currently hold one right now.
And being in charge of the results, the voting, the judging, and all that, I don't know what I want to call myself, Mr. Whatever. I'll tell you this, from the feedback that I got from the judges, all these matches were very, very close. As a matter of fact, the Outbreak Championship match specifically, as you guys may or may not know, there are actually 3 participants in that match. I used 3 judges per show. Each judge voted for a member of the match. So I had one vote for Villain, 1 vote for Boss, and 1 vote for Tonster. I had to go find a 4th judge just to find me a winner for the Outbreak Championship match. The tag team title match was another one that was very, very, very close. All these matches were pretty damn close. So again, if you guys are looking for any feedback, I got some feedback from some of these matches. So feel free to reach out to me after the show, and I'll get you guys whatever you might need.
Feedback. Well, let's go ahead and start with the first match, shall we? The triple threat match. NDT versus the returning heathen versus Kid Chaos. Kid Chaos, who told me that he learned his lesson, how to use his time, because we made it very, very clear about the time.
How much time do you get?
You get 4 minutes per person if you're in a singles match.
4 minutes if you're in a singles match. Use those 4 minutes. Not 4:30, not 3:30. 4 minutes, guys. Make sure you use that. Also, before we get started, I need to make a point.
Hey, Haywood. Fuck your Pepsi.
I like Pepsi. I'm a Pepsi guy.
I bet you are.
I am. Yeah. I have taste buds. Speaking of which, I also got to bring up hypes, guys. You guys need to make sure you're dropping at least 1 hype on the page. Back in my day, let me go on a little soapbox here for a second. Back in my day, we didn't have a 1 hype mandatory rule. Do you know why that is? It wasn't necessary. Guys like TDC, guys like Chris Champion, Mad Anarchy, Mike Murder, Mr. Smith, Fast Eddie, Bossolini, those guys back in the day, we didn't need a 1 hype mandatory rule because we were constantly hyping. We were always on the page. We weren't dropping just 1 hype a day or one hype a week. We were dropping 1 hype a day. Hell, there was a time I was dropping multiple hypes a day because it's all about getting your face out there. The more you get your face out there, the more opportunities you get.
I mean, I'm just saying, I used to watch motherfuckers go hungry on their lunch break so they could promo.
Me.
I'm just saying.
I used to sneak away to say, oh, I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Go find an empty office in my building I was in, and I'd go promo then. Like, dude, it didn't matter. It didn't have to be anything special. You didn't have to throw on music and a background and a filter and all that stuff. It's great. It's nice to have it, but you don't always have to do that. You don't always have to look pretty when you promo. And it doesn't have to be 4, 5, 6, 10 minutes long. It could be a minute long. It could be a 30-second long. But here in Revolution, unfortunately, we have to have a one hype mandatory rule. You used to have to go hungry on your lunch breaks just to catch. True. You had something to watch on your lunch breaks because everyone was dropping promos, man. We had specific days designated for promos where we would have 20 to 30 promos that specific day would be dropped. Not necessarily from one person, but it'd be from all of us.
And we ain't saying go all Canadian fucking crippler and drop 20 promos a day, you know.
No. But you know what? Say what you want about Canadian crippler. The dude at least hypes. No one ever had to remind the dude to hype. The dude was on his screen.
Right. He put content to the page, I tell you that.
Sure the fuck did. And most of the time it was the same hype every single video, but the dude was out there. So basically what I'm trying to say is get your guys' self out there, man. We want to see more of it.
Me and Abe talked about back in the day all the time. First matchup, NDT versus Heathen versus Kid Chaos. This was going to be very, very interesting to see what these guys do. As I said, Kid Chaos told me that he fixed the time thing. You got Lifeblood, who's been on a pretty big winning streak, NDT being a part of it. Heathen's returning to try to make a splash here. So let's kind of see what we all miss Crippler, but who knows where the fuck that guy is? If he's watching, I mean, you know, who knows where the fuck he is? Let's go ahead and send it on down. Die fucker!
They say, white boy, yeah, he come from the sticks. Country motherfucker, but he shown up here to liquor crazy. White boy, yeah, he'll drink your whole bottle. Spin you like a top, but it just won't wobble, baby. White boy, they say, white boy. That's why they call me a crazy as a white boy. Crazy country cracker, white boy, white boy.
Revolution, oh revolution, how are you doing? Heathen, at your service. How's your mom and them? Don't know, don't care. Here representing the top brand in promo world, Heart and Soul Promotions. And tonight, I am in a triple threat against Brother Blackheart, NDT, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. Doesn't fucking matter. And Kid Chaos? Okay? So what I've got so far is the guy that I have beat to a pulp on too many different occasions that somehow management just keeps putting in my face because they don't seem to understand that Brother Blackheart never will have the skill that I have had since I started. And he's been here longer than me. I'm still putting up numbers. I'm still setting records. What have you done, Blackheart? Exactly. Not shit. Then we have part 2 of the triple threat. Mister, I'm going to get face up in the camera so all you can see is my big ass forehead. Kid Chaos, what can I say about you? I don't know enough about you to really give a shit about your career, so I'm just going to go off what I've seen. You're already fucking up to begin with because you want to go with the last name Chaos. There's only one Chaos that I know of, and you ain't even half the promo artist that he is. So I'm going to leave that with that. Promo 101. That's what I'm going to go with for you. Back the fuck up away from the camera and get your head away from the screen. Part 2. You don't come out here and address the heathen by saying, you have no idea what's coming. You're not ready for anything I got to bring. Bitch, I've heard it 5,000, 6,000 times before. And every time, I'm always prepared. So you can throw that right out the window right now because the heathen is the top guy in HSP for a reason. So now that we've covered the basis of the two of you, now I shall address you both collectively. The heathen is getting sick to death of being at the bottom of the barrel with bitches like you when I know for a fact that I should be at the top of the ladder. I should be at the fucking mountaintop, not down here with the bottom feeders like Kid Chaos and Brother Blackheart, if that's really what you want to call yourself. So I'm going to leave that there. And when it comes to talent, where's your better guys at? Because I've already beat the shit out of Brother Blackheart on more occasions than one. And Forehead can't even figure out how to run a promo without backing himself away from the camera. So he is obviously greener than goose shit and does not deserve to be in my presence, let alone across the screen from me in competition. So boys, y'all's show is over. I'll see you from the top. Now, for whoever's left in this little hole-in-the-wall promo world, I'm going to go back to the top dog and continue being the undefeated force, the best of the best, soon-to-be Soulfire champion in HSP, and continue to do what I do. So until management can find me better competition other than these losers, you ain't gonna see me back on this damn screen because I already know that I deserve 10 times more than what y'all's giving me right now. So, on that note, Revolution, the only thing that's left to say is my favorite saying of all time. The show is over because you bitches missed the performance.
WGP. I'm in a triple threat match. Yours truly, Brother Blackheart, against two vanilla midgets by the name of Heathen and Kid Chaos. Let's start with Kid Chaos, or like his name gets mentioned, Mumbles. That's all you do is mumble. You see, you've been put into the Colosseum with lions, and with only a Swiss Army knife to fight with. You're going to get chewed up and made into a gumbo meal. And that is all what you are going to be. You're going to be a sacrificial lamb in this match. Now let's get on to the other vanilla midget. Heathen. The one with the beanie hat and the leather coat. Well, army coat. The one who thinks he sits in Kane of the promo world. Well, you got that bit right, because just like Citizen Kane, everything you do always fucks up. You are just a mouthy little child that cannot get his own way. And when that happens, you throw your toys out of the fucking playpen. You heathen, you don't even know what a thick skin is. Because you're just a fucking snowflake in the world of real men. You can't even touch me in any shape or form with your words. Because you're just a repetitive little asshole. And that is just damn facts. So when I get hold of you, I'm gonna wring your fucking neck and break you like a twig. You see, heathen, you beat me first time in a debut match many a fucking moon ago, but there's a difference. You can win a match easily when there's no background, no homework. But this is a redemption shot for me. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna beat you like a government mole. With that, by the back heart, it's just won this fucking match.
Well, revolution. Hope everybody's having a great night. But on a serious note, NDT, or whatever you want to call yourself now, something Blackheart, whatever. The heathen. Go ahead and sit down at your desk, children, get your notepad and pencil out. I'm going to educate you on a little bit of something. You see, I've been through hell. Come out on every time on the other side, shining like a diamond. And when the devil himself whispered in my ear, "Son, you can't withstand the storm," I turned around, grabbed him by the throat, whispered in his ear, "I am the storm, motherfucker. You are not ready for me." Let me give you a little history lesson. At one point in time, it was just me. In the middle of Afghanistan, facing off against what seemed to be insurmountable odds. Outnumbered 20-1. You see that I'm still standing here, or in this case, sitting here. I should tell you a little bit of something right there. I don't back down from a fight. I don't run away. So, NDT, your little comment about how I'm in the middle of Armageddon, I'm just an innocent bystander caught in the middle. I am controlling this Armageddon. You have no idea the shitstorm that you've just stumbled into. And the heathen, you guys think you're tough, but with the wisdom of Thor and the wisdom of Odin and their power combined, I will easily defeat you. You aren't ready for me. You've never been ready for me. Hell, as you can see, I've got t-shirts brighter than your future in Revolution right now. So, my advice to you, walk away while you still can. give up. We all know you want to. Because truly, honestly, deep down, you're afraid of me. And just like any other time now coming down the road from now on out, you both will bow to the power that is Kid Chaos. Enough said.
And your winner, the Heathen. Congratulations. Welcome back, Heathen. You got a W in your column.
Is that a second Heathen victor? This is his first match back, or is it second match? Didn't he have a match last time?
No, this is his first one back, I think.
Maybe it was Sexton. I was thinking. I don't know.
It was Sexton you was thinking about.
We got a lot of great guys coming back, so it's I'm just happy. I'm just happy everyone's here. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. Congratulations, Heathen. NDT, you did a fantastic job. I definitely could sense the intensity that you had there. Kid Chaos, man, you did great as well. As far as feedback goes, one of the things I had heard about Kid Chaos is they just wanted to see a little bit more energy, a little bit more intensity coming from Kid Chaos. They liked his message. I liked what he had to say. It was just really more about how he was saying it. So put a little bit more energy into it, man. You'll go a long way. Go a long way for sure. But congratulations, Heathen. Glad to have you back, man.
It was a really good show, and I like the fact that he actually listened to the fucking judges. Though, like he listened to the judges and he went and he filled his time more. He just needs to make a couple adjustments. NDT just come up a little bit short. Heathen did come out kind of swinging in that match a little bit. So
I think Heathen had something to prove.
Yeah, he had something to prove. Definitely puts him in the mix. Let's see here. Next matchup. Oh, look, another triple threat. Villain versus the Boss versus Toasterdamus for the Outbreak Championship. This is going to be very, very interesting. You have Villain, who is a former tag team champion here, and always with a point to prove. You have Bossolini, who has been beating off people left and right.
But not in the way that I'd like to be beat off.
Right. Beating off people left and right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a pervert, man. I'm trying to hype the guy up, and here you are making jokes.
I'm just saying, who's making jokes? I like being beat off. If you like being beat off, I like being beat off.
I like being beat off, too.
Just not the way Bossolini does it.
But the shot callers have definitely been trying to make statements here lately, and they've made some. You've got Toasterdamus, who is an uprising star, the future, as we've been calling him for a while. So this is going to be
bare bones match too.
Bare bones.
Bare bones, yeah.
Bare bones.
I know. So then, if I'm not mistaken, Phil, with the history of this match, Villain and Bossolini were supposed to be going at each other. They've been going at each other's throats for like months at this point. They've been trying to get this match one-on-one. In a bare bones match, there's some
management said, "Monkey wrench, motherfucker!"
So yeah, bare bones. All three matches or all three opponents here for the Outbreak Championship. If you've never seen or have never heard of a bare bones match, basically what it is it's no edits whatsoever.
You wouldn't be able to touch me, son.
Beat off.
I can switch hands and not even miss a beat.
You ever sit on your hand until it gets numb, and then it's called stranger?
It's called the old stranger in the tub.
Anyway, so bare bones. So no edits, no music, no filters, no cuts. It is just you, your camera, and whatever room you're in for 4 minutes straight. Really doesn't get much more clear than that. I mean, this is a difficult match to be in. That's why we have a brand new bare bones championship. Now, although this is a bare bones match, this is for the Outbreak Championship. This is one of our mid-card, whatever belts, whatever you want to call it. It's one of my personal favorite belts that we have here in Revolution. And like I said earlier in the show, guys, this match specifically, I used 3 judges. All 3 judges voted for a member of the match. I had to go find a 4th judge just because it was a tie at that point, and I don't do ties. I hate fucking ties. I don't,
Yeah, we're not doing
we're
no
not doing
ties.
that shit. So, man, go ahead and enjoy the match. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Play it loud. Yeah. I will not allow anybody else to try and break me down. Nah. Time to make a point, let them know that I'm the greatest around. Y'all about to watch an insurrection. It's my time to make a statement. I'm about to interject it. I don't care about your perception. I'm likely to just reject it. I hope you're ready, cause it's the resurrection of perfection. Yeah. I will not allow anybody else to try and break me down. Break me down, break me down, break me down. Time to make a
This is probably the most challenging record you have ever put on your turntable.
Don't give a what what's in here, cause I'm a rider, getting down, going hard, baby, we don't stop. Don't give a what what's in here, cause I'm a rider, got the things in that thing, what we gon' pop. Don't give a what what's in here, cause I'm a rider, getting down, going hard, baby, we don't stop. Don't give a what what's in here.
Mussolini, villain. Welcome to the next chapter in the story of Tonster Damas. In this story, I've earned a lot of new names. Like the psychological assassin, the future, the slow burner, now I'm looking to add another one or two. One of them is Outbreak Champion. Outbreak. Break out. You see, you've all been looking at the wrong virus for the past few years. The virus you should have been looking at is Tonster 22. Now, I suggest, if you're not on board, you should be getting on the Damas train. If you don't want to come aboard, then get off the tracks, because I'm coming through. And I'm coming through you, Mussolini. The man who chooses violence. Well, buddy, if you haven't realized so far, the past 3-4 months, I like violence. I look for it. It's how I get off. You know, at first when I heard about this match, Borsellini, you had something that I wanted. Now, with your little Tweedledee and Tweedledum jokes, and you want to choose violence? So do I! I choose violence. And I choose to take that title off of you. My title. The Outbreak title. The one that you said would be your baby. It ain't your baby. It should be a part of you, like it will be me. It's gonna be a part of me. Ain't that right, villain? Why should I even bother with you? You didn't even give me any material. You know what you did give me, though? You told me you were a Disney princess. Well, newsflash, buddy. I don't fight people of the opposite sex. So, Borsellini, say goodnight to your baby. And hello to your new Outbreak champion.
Revolution tonight is the night you've been waiting for. Where you have three men going at it in a match where no edits, no music, just your words. And that match is bare bones. On one hand, you're going to start off with Borsellini, the Outbreak champion. The man who is probably the biggest mouth here in the Revolution. You want to sit here and continue to talk about how you are better than me. How I am so ordinary. How I am so boring. How I am unentertaining. Then again, you want to probably talk about my record. How I'm some Disney princess villain. But yet what you fail to realize is I've been entertaining longer than you here in the Revolution. Your only serious match as of late has been against a man named James. No, it's not James. George. No, it's not George. It is Gene Emerson. The day you ripped an asshole in him. But yet, then again, the only reason why you have been holding the Outbreak Championship is because you've been worried about the villain. Management knew that the reason why you are holding that title is because you have failed to win the tag team championships. And just because I know you like it so much, this is the inaugural tag team championship that you failed. You were the man that was supposed to win this match, but yet you let everybody down. And yet you were the only one to blame because you were the so-called tag team specialist. And you got all butthurt when I sat there, said the truth, and you challenged me to a match. So I said, go ahead, I'll let you choose that match. And you chose bare bones. And what did you do ever since? You've been running from me. And yet you have been afraid that you cannot beat the villain. And Tonster, don't think I have forgotten about you, because I'm going to get to you next, little boy. But right now, it's between the two men that should have been in this match to begin with. So you want to sit here, Borsellini, talk about how you were the boss of the Revolution. You need to check every win that you had of late. And it's not because you were going against everybody. It's because of your own fucking tag team partner that the reason why you've been winning day in and day out. The only reason why you've been holding that title is because you were scared to go against me. Now, Tonster, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed out of this whole promo because I respect you. You've been going hard at it every single promo, getting better. But I don't know who's more bipolar, you or Stump. First thing I have in my mind, you were going at it, wondering where to go, how to win a match, and yet you have gone crazy kissing ass of the lifeblood. When you're going to fail to realize that they're not on your side. They're only there to keep you around as a fucking pet. But then I'm worried about if you lose this match, what are you going to do next? Well, I have a thing for you. Maybe you need to change your gimmick up a little bit more, not rise up thinking that you're some badass sitting here ready to promo. Maybe you should put on a fucking mask because it's Halloween season in your neck of the woods. And maybe the Revolution and WGP will all realize that the villain is no fucking joke, because I don't need to be some Mad Anarchy wannabe to have my edits, have my visions. And I'm out of words. Fuck you guys.
Well, I guess it's game time. And I get to go against two of the dumbest son bitches on the planet. Yes, you see me, I'm the Outbreak champion, and I am always about my business. And even though I'm limping around and everything is still not at 100%, I'm still here to whoop both y'all asses. But first, let me get started with the dum-dum who holds a title in another federation that came out on screen with it. You know, on the first and said the dumbest statement I have ever heard in life. You ready for this? Toaster Thomas, you stepped out on screen with the WGP Havoc title and said that you were the last Revolution WGP Havoc champion. There's one problem with your statement, son. There has never been a Revolution WGP Havoc champion. The Havoc title has always belonged to WGP. Just like this title has always belonged to Revolution. Matter of fact, this title has always belonged to Borsellini. So I hope you understand that. And next, let's not forget about the villain. The man who said that I am begging for this match. That I was begging for the bare bones match one-on-one with him. Yes, I asked you for a bare bones match one-on-one before I became the Outbreak champion. And you know what you did? You went mute. You didn't say a single solitary word. But as soon as I became the Outbreak champion, it wasn't 40 minutes before you were on the red carpet, or at that time, it was called the curtain call. And you were out there and you said, I want to face Borsellini one-on-one in a bare bones match with the Outbreak title on the line. Why did you want to face me then? Because I held a title and you didn't. You sorry son of a bitch. But we're not going to pay attention to that, and that don't even make no sense. Because now I got two of y'all. And that means that it's two chances that I can lose. That means that one of y'all just got to be that much better than the other one. And you could pin that sorry son of a bitch and walk away with my title. But that's not how things going to go. Because I'm going to put both y'all asses at the same time. I'm going to stack both y'all on top of each other. And I'm going to get the 1, 2, 3. And show why Borsellini is still your reigning, defending Outbreak champion. Why? Because when I come into these matches, I don't come out half-assed. And I definitely don't come out short-sided. I don't need edits. I don't need music. I don't need no splicing. I can come out with everything I got, pure cold-hearted. Now let's get down to the brass tacks. I got 60 seconds left, and I'm about to go pure napalm fire. Toaster Thomas, you're the man that they said is the future. You are the man that they say is going to be the man that's going to take it to the next level. But the question is, why, after you won your big match on January 1st, did you get put in this match, but the person you beat got put in the Revolution title match? What do they really think about you? And villain, we already know what they think about you. They said that you wasn't big enough draw for Borsellini, that they needed to add somebody else to this match so it could make sense, that it could mean something. So they needed two people to face Borsellini so the match can have some relevance. That tells me something about you. It tells me something about your credibility. It tells me something about your name. Tonster Thomas' name means more in the streets than villain does. And that is pure D funny. Because I still don't understand what Tonster Thomas is. I don't know if it's a toaster that got caught with a dumbass and they put it together and called it Toaster Thomas. But whatever it is, it don't mean shit to me. Because at the end of the day, I just want both y'all asses. Have a great day, bitches.
You know, one of the reasons why I love the Outbreak Championship is it has given us some awesome matches.
It has. It's gave us some really, really good, awesome matches.
And that's one of the reasons why I've always been a big fan of the mid-card titles in general, because you've always gotten some of the best matches from the mid-card versus, I mean, not that the main event doesn't, our main events have definitely been awesome, but man, these Outbreak Championship matches have been fantastic. Some of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, next match.
Great showing from all three guys, but your winner and new Outbreak champion, the future tonster Thomas. And I can tell you, you won that by the hair on your chinny fucking chin. Congratulations, Tonster. You are the new Outbreak champion. Boss and Villain came up just a little bit short, but I can tell you that that was the one that Patrick was talking about. He had to go find a fourth.
When all three of my judges came back with each member, I was like, come on, you guys got to be kidding me.
It is very easily to watch those three promos and easily be able to say that I liked Villain's promo, I liked Boss's promo, and I liked Tonster Dama's promo. I personally, that could have went either way, and it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, honestly, there's no way that anyone can argue that the other person didn't win. So,
not at all. And realistically, guys, all three guys would have been fantastic as Outbreak champion. Bossolini has done a fantastic job as Outbreak champion. I'm very proud to say he has been our Outbreak champion, and I'm willing to bet that Bossolini is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. He may be trying to come back and get his title, be the first ever two-time Outbreak champion, or he might decide to give A-Lister a run for his money, assuming that A-Lister can walk out today as still heavyweight champion.
Very, very true. It would be an easy argument that Bossolini is the number one contender for the world championship.
Oh, for sure.
Right now, because he had defenses and he had the Outbreak championship for a long minute. So
I mean, realistically, he could have cashed out at any point in time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have no problem with Bossolini being named the number one contender to the world title. I mean, if that's the route that he decides he wants to go, because you know what, that bare bones match, he might decide he might want to go after the bare bones championship.
Yeah.
Because he did a fantastic job with that. Same thing with Villain. Villain did. I'm gonna be honest. As far as bare bones go, I think Villain.
That was one of Villain's better promos.
I think Villain might do better in bare bones than he does in regular matches. So all I know is that the future is bright for all these guys for sure, and Revolution as a whole.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and we got a tag team match coming up. But before we dive into that, let's talk about something real quick. And that is what's going on next month. All next month long is tag team month. All champions will be off. This is all ideas that me and Patrick's come up with. All championships will not be defended. The only thing that we're going to have is we're going to have a tag team tournament all through the month of February.
Absolutely, guys. So definitely an idea that I came up with here. As far as the month of February goes, it's going to be a tag team. The pay-per-view for next month, I don't have a poster available yet for it. The individual, I'm still waiting for an individual to give me his photo. You know who you are. But the name of the pay-per-view, guys, is going to be called Fatal Attraction. This tournament that we're going to do, and it is going to be kind of a tournament style, it's going to be a randomizer of tag teams. Anyone who wants to take part, you can be a champion. The only people that can't take part in this is going to be the tag team champions. They are going to be excluded from this tournament. However, all other champions can be involved in this tournament, and it's going to be a randomizer. So basically, we're going to throw all the names in a hat, and we're just going to randomly draw names, and those are who the tag teams are going to be. So it's not going to be the Sweets and Double Dragon and Hodgesome and Haywood. It's not going to be like that unless that's the luck of the draw. Everything's going to be random. And what's going to happen is the whole entire month we're going to have tournaments, and eventually it's going to come down to one team, or two teams, I guess, essentially two teams. And basically what's going to happen and why it's going to be called Fatal Attraction is that the Hood of Warriors are going to encourage you, more or less, incentivize you to maybe turn on your tag team partner. Because if your team wins, you will be granted a tag team title shot. If you happen to, in that finals, when it's tag team versus tag team, if you happen to turn on your tag team partner, or if one person, all it takes is one person. If one person turns on their tag team partner,
we'll say whoever, me or Patrick will come to people and try to be like, hey,
maybe
this is your chance. If you flip on your tag team partner, you got a guaranteed Revolution World Championship match at the next pay-per-view.
Guaranteed. Now, if both partners turn on each other, then those two will have to face off, and they'll, the winner from there will be who gets to. Actually, you know what? Do we want to do that, or do we want to do if they both turn, that nobody gets a title shot?
No, that works too. I don't care.
I don't know. I kind of like that too, because if both turns, then nobody gets a title shot, but you still got to face off against each other. However, if one turns, then that person is guaranteed a world title shot. How about that? Now, if the other member of the team across the way, if they turn, then they'll face each other and there'll be a world title shot from there. But basically, yeah. So Fatal Attraction, guys. The winner, if your tag team makes it all the way to the finals, if you decide to stick together as a tag team and you win that match, you will get a tag team title match at the pay-per-view. However, if you decide to turn on your partner, a world title shot could be in your future.
Yeah, this pay-per-view will take place the first week of March, which will be March the 6th. All February long will be fight night shows. So each fight night show, I'm going to try to do a fight night a week, and that show I hope can contain at least a couple of matches. And then we're going to stretch this out all month of February. Every champion is safe for the month of February. If you make it out of this pay-per-view with your championship, you're safe for the all of February, because you're not going to have to defend. Single champions can also compete in the tag team championship tournament, because you can hold a singles championship and a tag team championship at the same time. So,
absolutely. So theoretically, the only title that may be defended at the pay-per-view at Fatal Attraction would be the tag titles. Theoretically.
Yeah, theoretically, yeah.
So, if you want to take part in this, guys, I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be badass. Reach out to Tommy or myself, either one. Let us know, and we'll get you guys put in the randomizer. And man, it could be fun, because not only could we actually get some real awesome tag teams out of this, like this could be boistering up our tag team division in general. Or you might have an opportunity where you have a veteran who gets paired up with a newer guy, and maybe you can teach him a thing or two. Maybe you guys can work something out.
Somehow you never know. You might discover that tag team that end up working out that no one had a clue would end up working out. You could go on to be tag team champions. It's your call. You know what I mean? But we do want enough tag teams. Like, I need people in my box, A-fucking-P, telling me that you want in this randomizer so we can get this thing started, because I want it started before the month of February. I want to know who all the tag teams are, get it drawn out, see who's going to be in the first rounds and all that kind of thing. So,
still got a few more details to work out as well, obviously, but this is going to be badass, guys. This is going to be badass.
So as we said, February is Fatal Attraction month, and we're going to do this damn tag team thing. Every champion is safe. That's including the bare bones champion, Mr. Josh Steele. He will not defend at none of these fight nights. He is 100% safe with his title in the month of February. But when March rolls around, get ready, because everybody's going to be defending their shit. So
March will have 2 pay-per-views, because we still have Green with Envy that'll probably take place at the end of March. So don't think that, just because you're not defending your title March 6th, you're still going to be defending it probably at the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we're keeping Green with Envy pay-per-view. We love that pay-per-view.
Sure.
So that was one of the last year's pay-per-view. As you've seen, we've done, for the people that's been with us for a while, we've done come full circle. We're back around to the same pay-per-views we done did. So
February was our first pay-per-view was last February. It was War of the Words. We've decided to do away with that particular pay-per-view and start Fatal Attraction. The only reason Fatal Attraction is not taking place in February, guys, is because I actually won't be around and we really want to have time to build up this tournament because this is going to be awesome. The Hooded Warriors, our second go around as a tag team, because we were a tag team for like a second before we split up. I think you turned on me if I'm not mistaken, jackass. Then what happened is we were forced to team back up again, and we've been together ever since.
Yeah. Been carrying his dead ass ever since. So get my inbox. Let's get everybody in this randomizer. Have fun, guys. That way everybody can have some fun. And like I said, I look forward because maybe it'd be some team we never thought existed, or two guys that we never thought, or two enemies tagging up or something, and then going on and winning the tag team. That's the kind of shit that I look for. I think it's hilarious because it ends up just like, it's like, what the fuck? That worked way better than anyone ever thought it would. So let's go ahead and move along. Next matchup, you have the Double Jackson versus the Hodge and Haywood Connection. This one's going to be very interesting. I know that these other two guys have maybe worked some in other places. They've not worked so much here. Double Dragons we've seen here before. Let's see if Double Dragons can grab a win here, or maybe Hodge and Haywood can. So let's see what they got after these commercial breaks.
Speaking of which, Harry.
Oh, sweet! Promo Queen won a Funko Pop.
Wait for you to come back. But congratulations.
I miss Chris Champion too, man. Those were the days. Just been so busy around here lately. Title on number one. Hey, it's a new year. We need a resolution. Maybe I can go after some gold. I mean, after all, let's be honest, I haven't been that busy, have I? Oh, who knows?
Harry.
Holy shit! Oh my god, this is amazing! Thank you, Revolution, for setting the Hodge and Haywood Connection up in this epic dream match. Like it's one of my favorites from the arcade of my youth. Get the fuck out of here, that's not what this is all about. The Double Dragons. If only the Double Dragons lived up to the expectations. If only the Double Dragons were as good as this game was in the 1980s. But instead the Double Dragons have built their team on what can only be known as a fraud. And here tonight, here at New Year, Resolution, the Hodge and Haywood connection are going to show the Double Dragons what a real team is all about.
A real team? Double Dragons actually think they're a real team. Well, they're gonna get a first-hand look at what a real team looks like when the Hodge and Haywood connection destroys them. See, Revolution, Double Dragons don't know what being a team is all about. See, me and Haywood, we're like Shawn Michaels and Diesel. We're like Bret Hart and Owen Hart. Brothers. Tighter than anything else. Double Dragons, you seem to think you're some video game characters. Haywood, these motherfuckers can't be serious, huh?
They're about as real as the damn sequel. That's right, they made a sequel to that game. And the sequel didn't disappoint. But the Double Dragons, are you noticing a common theory here? They keep on disappointing. It doesn't matter what arcade, federation they show up in. It doesn't matter where they go, what they do. They just continue to be one big disappointment. And I bet you they thought when they saw this match, I bet you they didn't do their homework. I bet you they didn't read their strategy guide. Because here's the thing. We're like the end boss of any good game. And you probably thought you were going to walk into this and it was going to be an easy day at the office. Well, fellas, I got news for you. You see the Hodge and Haywood connection. There are no easy days.
You're damn sure right about one thing, Haywood. There are no easy days in Revolution. There are no easy days in any E-Feds. So Double Dragons, looks like Hodge and Haywood connection will be able to make an example out of you. This is our first match here in Revolution when me and Haywood are a team, and I'll be damned if I lose to somebody that calls themselves Double Dragons. Like, you guys couldn't think of anything else more appropriate or more original than Double Dragons? It's fucking lame! So, because of such a stupid name, of such stupid people, we're gonna whip your stupid ass! Talk to him, Haywood!
You want me to talk to him, hodgesome? You want me to talk to him? You see, Double Dragon was so damn popular that it even spawned some great crossover events with other teams, other great teams. Kind of like the Hodge and Haywood connection. Double Dragons and Battletoads. Oh my god, it was revolutionary. Which is exactly what we are. The difference is that the Double Dragons here in Revolution are not good enough to spawn any kind of crossover. With the Hodge and Haywood connection, there will be no faction, there will be no stable, because quite frankly, we don't hang out with losers like that. I mean, I bet you deep down, you guys are so disappointed in yourselves because you know you'll never be as cool as us. Now, hodgesome, if you can explain to these guys one more time why they aren't on our level.
On our level? You guys really think Double Dragons are on the Hodge and Haywood connections level? They're not even in the same fucking time zones. You see, Double Dragons, you're gonna get a hard lesson in verbal assaults, beatdowns, and just good old-fashioned ass whoopings. Because Hodge and Haywood connection is coming for the gold. And Double Dragons, after our match, let's be game fucking over. Then when it's over, me and Haywood will sit back, pull out the Nintendo, and beat the fuck out of Double Dragons once more. Can I get an amen, Brother Haywood?
Oh, Brother Hodgesome, the problem is, these clowns aren't even worth an amen. But just for you, Hodgesome, just for you, I'm gonna give them an amen. That way they can go home and go back to the locker room with something. Because when you run across the Hodge and Haywood connection, you're dealing with perfection. Isn't that right, Hodgson?
Oh, you damn right, Haywood. And just like dragons aren't real, I'm gonna show double dragons that a win isn't fucking real in their reality. Me and Haywood, the Hodge and Haywood connection, are here for one reason and one reason only. And that is to get the Revolution Tag Team Championships, no matter who has them. And after we embarrass and ridicule and show Revolution how bad we decimate those double dragon, double turds, you'll have no choice but to put the Hodge and Haywood connection in line for a title opportunity. Because you see, me and Haywood, we've been around this block before. We know how to get shit done. And after New Year's resolution, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Get it done! Double Dragons, don't take this ass whooping personally. Because we plan on giving you the same ass whooping we give everybody else in Revolution. That is a promise that Hodge and Haywood connection plan on keeping. That ain't awesome. No. That's fucking hodgesome!
And Haywood.
What is up? This is Rob the Dragon Williams, one half the Black Dragons. So we got a match against Hollywood and his tag team partner. So let me tell y'all something real quick in a hurry. I'm gonna make this short, sweet, and straight to the point. You must step in the ring with a dominant tag team. You step in the ring with me and my twin brother, the Double Dragons, aka the Black Dragons, or the Double Dragons, whatever you want to call us. I'm gonna tell you, you used to ring with us, you better come correct. If you don't, we will clean your clock, mop the floor with you, and get the 1, 2, 3 just like that. So I'm gonna tell you, you should be very scared. You might say, oh, we ain't scared of y'all. You ain't nothing. People say that. And then when they get across from us, they say, oh, damn. They like that. Yeah, that's how we do. We like that. So let me tell you, the Black Dragons are here to wreck shop, are here to take over the tag team division, and you are standing in our way. So Hollywood and your tag team partner, you better be prepared to go through hell and be prepared to step in the dragon's lair. It's where our home is how we get down, is how what the ring is called when the dragons are in it. So I'm gonna tell y'all, come correct. You better come 100% when you step in the ring with the dragons. If you don't, it be your downfall. Deuces.
What's good, what's poppin' tonight? You have the Double Dragons going up against some jabronis. Literally. Haywood and his tag team partner. Don't you know one thing for sure? When you face the double dragons. You never know what you're gonna get. So let me enlighten your mind real quick. My name is The Dragon. My tag team partner is Rob the Dragon Williams. It's not a gimmick. We rock dragons on our bodies. Black belt, taekwondo, kickboxing. But tonight, so our opponents will get the dragon drop and the KOD. And you will understand why we here, why we are walking in and headhunting the tag team champ. But Haywood, you're in our way with your tag team partner. So understand this. We're not gonna play no games. We're coming to wreck shop and wreck you. So guess what? You got to be more careful.
Your winner, the Hodge and Haywood Connection.
We're going to use this opportunity to once again remind those at home and remind those who like to compete here in Revolution that you have a 4-minute time limit. Unless it's a tag team match in which both you and your partner each get 4 minutes, which means it's a total of 8 minutes for tag team matches. Now, just because you don't submit a full 4 minutes, or in this case 8 minutes, doesn't mean you're automatically just going to be disqualified. However, that 4, 2, 3, however many minutes you do submit better be some fucking Nostradamus type shit.
It better be some of that fire, some of that Gunji,
some of that Hooded Warrior type shit. Because otherwise, you're probably not going to win.
Probably not.
Probably not.
And you're supposed to hype. Remember to hype.
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 Get your goddamn
Get y'all's
faces
lazy
out there.
asses on the page.
Is
what
wrong
the
with
fuck?
all of you? Come on, man.
All right, moving along. Congratulations, Hodge. Congratulations, Haywood. I hope, even though that y'all will have to split up temporarily,
maybe,
depending on the look of the draw, I hope I see both of y'all in that new tag team tournament we're having in February, where we do it randomly.
Fatal attraction.
Fatal attraction. Next up, you have Stumpy versus Glenn Sexton. The returning Glenn Sexton, who got a win in his return. You got Stumpy, who lost to Mr. Steel for the Bare Bones Championship. But he was very, very, very entertaining on the red carpet treatment.
The judges loved him when he was facing Josh Steele for the Bare Bones Championship. They loved the new Stumpy. They loved this new thing he's got going on. They wanted to see more of it. And I think that's what we're about to see.
Speaking of red carpet treatment also counts as a hype. We only had 3 or 4 people that showed up this past week for red carpet treatment. Such a letdown. But those 3 or 4 people carried the show, and Stumpy was very entertaining on that. So he kept us all laughing on it. So let's go ahead and see what happens here between Mr. Stumpy and Sexton after this commercial break.
The following has been paid for by BADDSUPERMAN.
When I was little, BADDSUPERMAN, all the little kids started bullying me when I drank milk.
Not only did my muscles get stronger, I got bigger, I got faster, and all those bullies that picked on me when I was little, well, they found out why bad things happen to bad people. Watch. Take it from your BADDSUPERMAN. Drink your milk. Because not only will it does the body good, but it'll also
help other people get their asses kicked.
Dirty, sexy, slinky thing. Power over all with the love you bring. Spinning from your mind control. Shuffling around this deep.
Revolution, tonight is the night. New Year's resolution. Me and Stumpy in the middle of that ring. Ever since this match has been announced, I've been excited. You see, this is a high for me. It really is. It's something I'm really addicted to. I love hearing my music getting played on the PA. I love walking out in front of a packed house crowd, chanting my name, chanting anybody else's name, walking to the ring, stepping into the ring, looking into the eyes of my opponent, because they don't know exactly what they're in for once I step into that ring. I'm sorry, I get excited about talking about it. Now, Stumpy, you had me at Chaos and Pandemonium. You're speaking my language. That's all you want. Then I will oblige you. I will give you all the chaos, all the pandemonium you want. But I do not want to see a tear fall from your cheek when you can't handle it. No, I don't need a crying clown on my conscience. No, I don't need that. No, so save the tears. Hide them the best you can, Stumpy. Please. Now, I'm going to have to piggyback off of you something else. Talking about don't have anything up in the noggin. Now, quite frankly, I think everybody here in Revolution has fallen off the deep end. Gone a little crazy. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Being crazy is a little good. It helps a little bit with certain situations. Now, do I need to know what's going through your thick skull to beat you tonight? No. No. See, I don't give a damn what's in your thick skull right now, okay? Just because you wear some face paint to bring out the eye color doesn't mean you're the craziest person in the room. Craziest looking, yes, but not the craziest. Not by a long shot, bud. Not by a long shot. We'll talk about being lonely, being your own leader. I'm down with that. Hell, I follow my own drum. I beat it by myself. Take that out of context if you want it. I'm giving you material since you're a clown. But I have to applaud you, Stumpy, on not being a follower, on being your own person, not worrying about who says what about you. Especially if it's coming from my mouth. Why should I matter? Just another guy. But this guy right here has goals and aspirations. He's got achievements that need to be fulfilled. I mean, hell, you could say my New Year's resolution for 2022 is becoming a champion here in Revolution. Yes, sir. It's going to happen one way or another. And Stumpy, you're just a little pebble that is in my journey, that is in my way of getting what I want. And I will get exactly what I want. Revolution, do not be surprised when you see Glenn Sexton's name in a main event card going for the World Championship. Because it's going to happen. See you out there, Stumpy.
Hello, Revolution. Hey, Mr. Sexton. It's time, buddy. It's time we go to battle. You see, you came out here last card and you talked about your previous run in the Revolution. Well, I remember that. It came and went just like a fart on 50-cent chili night. It was here, and then it was gone, and then it was just a big mess. But anyway, that's not important. And you talked about how last year was a good year for the sex machine. You talked about how you went off and won titles all around the world. Where they at, though? Is that them hanging behind you in your promos? Because I'm pretty sure you bought those, mister. You talk a lot of noise about previous accomplishments, but yet you have not accomplished anything here in the Revolution. And you came out and you talk about your win and how it felt so good. It felt better than sex. Well, my friend, if that was better than sex, then just like your promos, my friend, you're doing something wrong. You see, you come out here and you lean on your balcony and you talk about loneliness and nobody want to talk to you. And you put the same heart and you come out and soft-spoken and talk all sweet and lean up to the camera. You know what that tells me? You don't care. You come out here and you put out lackluster promos with no emotion and no passion and no heart. Well, my friend, this is the Revolution. You do that mess here and people will tear you limb from limb. You can't come out here with no passion and no emotion and expect to get anywhere in this business. You see, I'm not all there upstairs, but I put passion and heart in everything I do. It may be messed up, and it may not be right, but I bleed for the Revolution, and I believe in this, and I put heart and soul into everything. So you come out here and continue to be all soft-spoken and modest and unpassionate, while the rest of us bleed and live for this. You will not make it in this business if you do not care. You see, some may be a hobby, and this may be just something to pass time. But some of us live for this. Some of us will die for this. Are you one of those? Because from so far, from what I've seen, you're not. You're just a lonely fool on the pedestal of idiots. And you're the head one in charge because you don't care. You don't care enough to be aggressive. You see, I'm being kind of aggressive right now, and this is not my nature, but I'm proving a point. Be about it, sexy. Be about it. And you talk about how nobody wants to be your friend. Grow a pair. Act like you care. And maybe you just might have a friend. You got a friend in me. Until next time, I'll be the same.
And your winner, Stumpy.
Congratulations, Stumpy. You know, that character he does is it's interesting. It's interesting. Definitely gives me some creepy vibes. It's got some humor in there as well. Definitely more creepy than humorous, though.
Yeah, we're kind of Gacy.
Yeah,
Gacy feel.
Some Gaciness going on there.
Some Gacy.
So, you know, I think this is a great time to bring up the time limits again. I think we should bring up time limits again. Let's bring that up. So once again, guys, you have 4 minutes per promo. Unless it's a tag match, then you have 8 minutes.
Give or take, you get 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah, you know, my judges are pretty lenient. But if you go, say, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 45 seconds over your time limit, you're not going to win.
That's probably going to hurt you.
That's gonna be a disqualification. I've said, and I know I've said this, if you go under your time limit, it's not an automatic disqualification. Just got to make sure your shit's on point. However, if you go over your time limit, then that means you've used more time than your opponent, and that's not fair. That would definitely disqualify you in that case. So please, guys, make sure.
You don't want to be the Gacy of the revolution.
Look, man, if you look, all of us, most of us have seen a shit ton of clown gimmicks in the promo world.
The Stumps is definitely different.
I don't know what it is about promos and clowns that make people feel that they need to go together like peanut butter and jelly. Some have worked better than others. Some pretty much suck. But Stumpy, you know, yours is different. Yours is definitely different. And we say it's kind of got Gacy vibes. I wouldn't necessarily turn away from that. Embrace that. Make it creepy. Me and Tommy have talked multiple times about how well a Gold Dust type character and promo stuff would really work well in promos. Just that creepy, walking the line type. I think you should stick with it and maybe embrace that side of it personally. But what do I know? I'm just some no name in the promo world, I guess. What have I ever accomplished?
Yeah, what he said. Next up, something I'm very excited to see, the tag team championships are on the line. This is going to debate who gets to have this nice sweet month off with these tag team titles.
This is like All Out War, our WrestleMania in July, All Out War. This is this level of a tag team match. The Sweet Brothers versus Lifeblood. The tag team titles are on the line. Damn. Also, this was a very, very tough match to judge. My judges, this was a split decision, and although I didn't need a fourth judge on this one, it was close. It was damn close, and if you did this match 50 times, it could have been 25-26.
Right, exactly. All right, let's go ahead and send it on down. I'm excited. You excited?
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped too. Pumped. He pumped it up.
This is now. I can't change tomorrow if I can't.
I bet you think you said it all when you did. No, you're not even close. Don't you think a little close? No, to those who gave.
Oh, here today, there are no more warnings. Here today, there are no more messages. Just a clear-cut example of what happens when you stand against the lifeblood. You see, for over 80 days now, we have proven with not only our words, but with our actions, that we're the most dominant tag team in pro wrestling. And by the end of the day, you will all be forced to acknowledge that fact. I mean, for God's sakes, you might as well call us cunnilingus, the way we've been eating pussies alive inside that ring. And let me go ahead and break it down for you. Because we gave the Paradox the Urbana Bobbitt treatment. We bankrupted the shot callers, and we shattered EOR's reality. And here today, Brother Sweet, here today, by the time we're done pissing and shitting all over your names, you'll be starring in the next HBO documentary, Surviving the Lifeblood.
Really, management, this is the best thing that you came up with. This is the best solution you had to try to take the titles off of the Lifeblood, the Sweet Brothers. Hell, we have already beaten the best that the Revolution has to offer. We have already beaten the best that other E-Feds have to offer. And now we have to go after these two? Hell, this team is softer than a pillowcase full of dog shit. But you see, the joke's on you, management, because I love verbally decimating these two softer than tofu looking motherfuckers. I love coming out here and destroying everything they have ever tried to build their entire careers. Yeah, it may be harder to come up with shit to say, because let's face it, we have said everything there is to say about these guys. But hell, even if I was constipated, I would still find a way to shit all over you two. Hell, it might be harder for it to start, but when it starts to come out, it's fucking explosive, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it to stop it.
You know, it's a shame. It's a damn shame that you didn't learn this lesson when we took these titles from you, Joey, my boy. I mean, you could have let the Lifeblood save you, cleanse you, and wash over you. But instead, your pathetic punk ass decided to pull a real bitch move, huh? You went whining and crying to Big Brother, recruiting him to help you get revenge on the Lifeblood, which makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. I mean, you can't escape his shadow if you're always hiding behind him like a tree. That's exactly why you'll always be playing catch up to his legacy, like a fucking condiment. And let's be real, your inability to stand on your own 2 feet, to be your own man, makes me sick to my stomach. Your lack of determination, your lack of motivation, makes me want to fucking vomit. But hey, I'd be unmotivated too if all I did was sit around the locker room all day and choke down Mama Sweet's cosmic funky brownies. I get it. You were just too stoned to hype, huh?
How many more times must I beat you two? How many more times must I put you two giant dumb shits down before you realize you don't have what it takes to beat me here in this business? I have beaten you in every single match that we have ever been a part of together. It doesn't matter what group we have been in, I have dominated you two your entire careers. But go ahead, Dewey. Go ahead and talk about how my last win over you only came because you got yourself disqualified. Technically, you won that match. You finally did it. You beat me. But you see, it's not my fault that after almost 2 years in this game, you're still out here making simple, silly, rookie mistakes. And I'm out here doing what a true vet does, and that's whatever it takes to win the match. So why don't you do me a big favor, Dewey, and take your giant 1970s Bigfoot's hairy vagina-looking ass and get the hell up on out of our ring, because you don't deserve to be here with the Lifeblood anymore. Tonight is the final tranquilizer dart that's going to keep your big ass down.
Hey, yo, Briggy, now I hate to interrupt, but let's not forget about Big Sweet. As forgettable as he is, we don't want him to feel left out now, do we?
Oh no, we don't want to do that, Mr. Steele. We don't want to forget Big Sweet, because all he's going to do is bitch about it later. Big Sweet, ever since you left and you came back, your return has been very much lackluster here in the WGP. The opponents you have beaten hold no merit here in this business. You haven't done shit since your return. And every time you and I have faced off in that ring, doesn't matter what style I was bringing or what persona I was portraying, I left you laying damn near unconscious in a pool of your own blood, looking up as I took your titles and the last. Doesn't matter what style I was bringing or what persona I was portraying, I left you laying damn near unconscious in a pool of your own blood, looking up as I took your titles and the last little bit of pride that you had left. And just because you add a little bit of hard metal ass-kicking music to your intro, Big Sweet, doesn't make you look any tougher. You're still softer than a turd hanging out of a swamp donkey's ass. Hell, boy, you were so damn weak that you make O.J. Simpson's alibi look strong. And ever since you've come into this business, your entire career, you have been portrayed by the biggest, bravest animal in the jungle, the lion. Except the only lion that you resemble is the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz. Except you were missing what all three of them assholes were. You have no brain, you have no heart, and you have no damn courage.
Oh, big man, I already know how this is gonna go. You're gonna come trudging out here and start battling on like some sort of elderly Ewok, bragging about all your accomplishments, boasting about the fact that you've taken a title from me in the past. But trust and believe, the only thing you're gonna take from me here today is a fist to the face and a boot up your fucking ass, because I'm about to go balls out like Lance Armstrong. I'm gonna shatter your kneecaps. I'm gonna knock out all your teeth. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. And fuck blood, I'm not gonna stop kicking till you cough up a lung. I'm gonna teach you that Josh Steele is the hardest thing since RoboCop scrotum, son.
And you two want to come out here and you want to act all hard. You want to act all street tough. But the only street that you two dumb son of a bitches are from is Sesame Street. And obviously, Dewey would be snuffleupagus with his big old hairy ass. And of course, his best friend, Big Sweet, would have to be Big Bird. So why don't you take your big ass back to the nest and read a fucking book? Maybe Promo 101. And you might as well call Josh Steele Oscar the Grouch, because tonight he's trashing you two son of a bitches. And me, you might as well call me the Count, because I will always have your number when we come face to face. Now, management, do me a damn favor and get us a fucking real challenge after this match. You want to take the titles off of Lifeblood? You're going to have to do better than this, where the Lifeblood is going to hold the tag team titles and every other fucking title that you have. And there's obviously not a damn thing that anybody on this roster can do about it.
Oh, you fellas, you just need to face the facts, because the numbers, they don't lie. And Briggy and I, when we have more accolades and accomplishments than you two oversized Furbies have tag team matches under your belts. We've been out here dropping more bodies than COVID while you've been in the locker room, dozing. And that's not even the saddest part. You see, you two stupid idiots, you came out here and squandered your only advantage when you came on screen together like Tweedledee and Tweedledum and proved the old saying, 2 is always better than 1. Completely wrong. I mean, come on, fellas. You two were about as in sync as Eminem and MGK. Jesus Christ, boys. You effectively picked up the shovels and dug your own fucking grave.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Revolution, we are the Brothers Sweet, your next tag team champions of the world. Josh, I'm going to make something crystal clear, and I want you to listen up. I don't give a fuck that we've been friends for 13 years. You should also know that when the time comes, I'm not going to hesitate to pull that trigger, because I am here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to take yet another belt off your shoulder and show all these people who the real Man of Steel is. Briggy, I think for 1 second I forgot about your ass. A man that I once treated, trusted, and called my brother. That was until he put a knife in my back. And for what? So you could win a popularity contest and steal something that I have worked so hard to get? Since you decided to treat me like a joke, me and my brother are going to treat you and Steele just how you deserve to be treated. Like a couple of donkeys in a Tijuana movie theater. What that means is you two are fucked. Federally fucked. 5 times over. Now Steele, before you even come out here running your mouth, bumping your gums about how you and Brady took those titles from me. Know this, that was then. This time, motherfucker, I got a man by my side who's come to be your promo kryptonite. Even more so when a title's on the line. Isn't that right? Brady, my boy, here today at New Year's resolution, you atone for your sins. Sins you committed when you betrayed my brother. And that is something I'm not prepared to tolerate, nor can it ever be forgiven. Today, you atone said sin with so much more than the loss of the tag team titles. You paid for them with your promo life. Brady, here's the thing. You can come out here and claim you were helping us out all you want. The reality of the situation is, I was lending your dumbass a hand. You fucked up, you failed as a leader. You needed me and my brother way more than either of us ever needed you. You fucked up yet again. No, not when you turned your back on me, but when you finished to get the job done, when you got the only opportunity you were ever gonna get. You have done a lot of stupid stuff in the promo world. You've done a lot of good stuff. But here's another thing. You've never done any of it on your own. You've either had somebody behind you pulling the strings, or you were surrounded by yes men, like you are now in the lifeblood. And Josh, there's no need to ask. You are one of those yes men, because you could never be a leader on your own. What you do is you attach yourself to whatever person or group you can, hoping they're gonna get you to that next title and keep you relevant just that much longer. Hell, you've got your head stuck so far up Briggy's ass, I bet you if you farted, you'd run into the chats and tell us all what he had for breakfast that morning. Briggy, there will be no need for you to do your brother's any favors today. Truth be told, we didn't need you when you came begging me the big man to join the BC, and we damn sure don't need you now. This time around, there will be no technicality to save your ass. I'll put it this way, so that your backwoods swamp living ass can understand exactly what I'm saying. Your ass is grass, and I'm gonna smoke it, bitch! Now, Steel, you knew damn well this match would eventually happen. And since it's been announced, you've been shaken, because you know your 15 seconds of fame is all but over. But let's be honest with ourselves, Steel. After the Brother Sweet beat the lifeblood tonight, you had better hold on real tight to that bare bones championship, because it would only be a matter of time before the big man comes along and takes that shit to Steel. Hold on, my brother. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Could I challenge for and then take Steel's bare bones championship? More than likely, yes. But the question remains, why in the hell would I want some discarded piece of shit championship that the management picked out of the trash so people like Steel could have something to fight for? So people like Steel would know what it would be like to be in the spotlight for just 5 more minutes. So Steel, until you and that trash belt is worth more of my time, when tonight's over, go ahead and consider yourself. Now you, Briggy, you disappointed. You were once considered the future of this business. Now you recruit it because you fear facing it. It's kind of sad watching a guy that used to inspire me become the thing that he once fought so hard against. Honestly, I don't think you know what you want, brother. But tonight, I give you what you need, and that's more time. And with that on your hands, I hope you can save the Titanic from sinking, and one day, maybe Briggy can cause a little havoc again. Briggy, it's funny to me that in that damn near 10-minute gorilla fart, you called me and my brother the sweet sisters. It's even funnier how a couple of pussies with sand in their vaginas compared me to women. Then, just to show how low you are, a fat joke, really a fat joke, bait punk and Slimer, if the best you got is comparing us to a couple of overweight movie stars beloved by millions, then you're worse than fuck. Speaking of fuck, Steel, how's your back? It's gotta be hurting by now, having carried Briggy through all these matches. My brother once carried another to tag team success, so we know how you feel. But just because we know how you feel, it doesn't mean we still won't fuck your feelings. You know, it's not the fact that you guys are champions that pisses me off. It's how you walk around, not just here, but everywhere you go, like you are God's gift to promo. Like your shit don't stink. When the reality is, you're both a couple of egomaniacs that like to drink and taste their own Kool-Aid. Hell, Steele went as far as to compare himself to the late, great Kurt Hennig. Really? Mr. Perfect Steele? Are you delusional or just high? You two have the most overinflated sense of self-worth I have come across since the fucking Hooded Warriors. You messed up. You made the worst mistake any promo artist could when you became your own biggest fans. And today, that will be your downfall. Sure, me and my brother got back together in hopes to fulfill a dream and become the tag team champions. But we also saw an opportunity. We figured it was nobody better to give you the long overdue reality check that you need, earned, and deserve.
Gentlemen, that New Year's resolution and your reign as champion come to an end. The brothers Sweet want you both to know a few things. One, you can't avoid the unavoidable. And two, this couldn't happen to two nicer guys. So honestly, what happened here today was you were spread thinner than a poor man's PB&J. You overlooked and reached out. You fucked around and found out. And I hope you learned a lesson. This one was dedicated to Betty White and Bob Saget. Rest in peace.
Told you guys, that was a badass match.
Badass
match.
But with that being said, and still the Revolution Tag Team Champions, the Lifeblood.
Congratulations, Lifeblood. Congratulations, Sweet Bros. You guys, again, that match was freaking awesome. And you could have done it 100 times, and it could have went 49-51. You know, I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. You know, as far as feedback goes, one of the biggest points or takeaways, I guess, that the judges gave, as far as the Sweet Brothers go, was when you're promoing together. You know, TDC and myself, we've done it a couple of times. We've promoted side by side. It's a whole nother game, and it's a whole nother level of complications. Even when you got two guys like Little Sweet and Big Sweet, who are amazing promo artists on their own, when you have to promo right next to someone, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And a lot of people think that it might make it look cooler, might make it look more like a legitimate tag team. Guys, it's tough. It's real tough. The Sweet Bros did a fantastic job. One of the judges said that something that maybe he would have liked to have seen was while one's talking, the other one who's not talking maybe was doing something different. You know, I don't know. Maybe a little bit more emotions, a little bit more energy versus just sitting there and listening. But overall, both teams did fantastic. And both teams should hang their heads very, very high. Congratulations, Lifeblood, though. You are still the tag team champions. And February is going to be pretty much all about you guys for the most part.
It's so much to the point that we have dug every tag team that we just about can dig up to throw at the Lifeblood, and they keep coming out on top. So,
well, I mean,
you know, all but the better tag teams, you know,
best tag team. There's still one team they haven't beaten.
Yeah, there's still one team they haven't beaten, but you know that team has a douchebag who keeps getting interfered in business that don't concern him whatsoever. So that tag team is just not where they need to be right now in order to do anything of that caliber.
Or maybe it's not that person. Maybe it's the other tag team member who's so preoccupied with trying to make groups that don't work out that he loses focus on what's really important. Maybe that's the issue. Could be. Just saying. Look, all I'm saying is that if you keep making groups and the groups don't work out, There's got to be a focal point.
Maybe I wouldn't have to make groups if someone else didn't spend half their damn time now sitting behind a fucking desk. Maybe I wouldn't have to make groups like that then that don't work out.
We've all seen what
Maybe
happens.
this ain't about your ego, Chris. Okay, let's go ahead and move it along. 4-person, 6-minute match. You have the Revolution World Championship on the line. You have Bad Superman versus the Warden versus Mr. Wallace versus A-List Alverson. A-List is another one of those champions that's had that belt for quite a minute now.
He seems untouchable.
As
a Revolution World Champion should be. I mean, you start off with Mad Anarchy, who was undefeated for damn near a full year here in Revolution as the world champion. Now you have A-List Alverson. That's how a world champion should be. Fucking dominating.
Just stop and think about this. We are over a year in, and we've only had 2 world champions. Think about that for a second. 2 in a year. 2 world champions for the Revolution Championship. So some can say that some people hold on to it a little longer than they should, or others could say that maybe the best of the best only hold our championship. Let's just put it that way. We don't just toss our world championship just to any old body.
No. And I as co-CEO here of Revolution, I like to go out to other groups, and I'm not necessarily talking about groups that we currently have affiliation with, but I go out and I look at a lot of different promo groups that are out there on Facebook, and one of the first things I do is I look at who their champions are, and there's lots of groups out there where I'm like, that's your champion? Like, they wouldn't even measure up to one of our non-title holders, let alone some of our top champions here in Revolution. If there's anything at all for us to be proud of, it's our champions here, because they are dominating.
They are dominating. And as I said earlier, as I said in the chat the other day, if you take a championship off someone in Revolution, you brought a hell of a promo, because the guys that have the belts here hold on to them very, very tightly. They don't like to let them go. Let's go ahead and move this along. Man, this is going to be awesome. You got Bad Superman, you got Warden, you got Mr. Wallace from Era that's going to be in this. He's stepping out of tag team play to actually step into singles play. I think A-List better watch it in this match. You don't know who might be able to sneak through. You got Bad Superman, who's done the tag thing, but Bad Superman's also a singles competitor also. You got Warden, who's a former world champion, and then you got Mr. Wallace. I don't know all his history, but I know he's a former tag team champion from FTW. So
he's definitely someone who's one of my favorites.
He's one of my favorites too. I love those guys. Him and the Mad King both, man, they kill it. Mad King decided to set this pay-per-view out and told Mr. Wallace to go do his thing. So,
and the great thing about A-List is our world champion versus like Mad Anarchy. When you were facing off against Mad Anarchy, you knew every single time you got a promo for Mad Anarchy, he was going to be vicious. He was going to cut you, and he's going to cut your ass deep. With A-List Alverson, though, I feel like he puts people's guard down, because every promo that Mr. Alverson does is fantastic. I mean, it is entertaining, it's hilarious, it's fantastic. But he likes to put people's guards down and make people think, because he's tossed a few big matches himself, where you think, all right, A-List got this one. Nope, A-List tosses it and lets the other person win for whatever reason. And I think it's a strategy. I think he lets people think that he sometimes will lose, but then when you got these big matches like this, he pulls it off. So
yeah, he definitely pulls it off. They've been pulling it off most time. Let's see if he can escape this one. Remember, this is a 6-minute time limit for each one of these guys. Let's see what they can do after these commercial breaks.
Has life got you down?
Did your dog get run over by the postman? Did your wife run off with the milkman? Is your anxiety kicking in and your meds aren't working anymore? Well, I got just the thing for you. Mama Sweet Cosmic Funky Brownies. Mama Sweet Cosmic Funky Brownies. They'll get you lifted.
Come on out to TDC's Crazy Truck Stop and Dance Emporium on 6204 Buncombe Road in St. Louis, Missouri. They may not all be cute, but at least they make it.
Pendo made it.
Turn me on, YC.
I need everybody within the sound of my voice, everybody who's watching tonight to stop what you're doing. Because I'm about to ruin the image of the styles that you used to, because this is the Revolution World Championship. And of course, the Bad Superman in his return is in the main event. Yes, the Bad Superman in his return
is getting the opportunity that he's been asked for. But the problem is, one man who holds that title is one of us. Understood. The other two involved don't understand why they're here. But we'll get through that. Maybe somebody in the back can tell me. Because Mr. Wallace, I just fought you last night. You didn't get the point then? Last night, I put this size 12 so far down your throat, you thought my name was Jordan. But for some reason, they brought you back here. And I got to look in your face again. So you remind me of these girls that want me so bad, and I don't want them. Because just like you, they didn't bring nothing to the table. But yet you still try to get my attention. And I keep rejecting you. But the difference between them and you say, I wouldn't put my hands on them. With you, I put my hands, my feet, my elbow, and again, stick the other foot down your throat. Because you got to go away. Because I don't know what area or era, whatever you want to call yourself, of reality you come from. But in this reality, people like you don't belong here. I told you before, you need to start at the bottom and work your way up. But you really believe since somebody told you you were so good that you can already start at the top. Don't work like that, bruh. Think about what I'm telling you. And if you don't believe me, why don't you ask the warden, the Glass Joe of the Revolution? What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. See, Glass Joe was 1 in 99. Who he beat, nobody really knows. But warden, you are like 2 and 137 in that second win. You was on top. Oh, you was the man. You was the man so much you went out and started calling yourself the God, the G-O-D. You went out and got a crew too. But just like Glass Joe, what happened when Glass Joe stepped back? He put that fist up. When he tried to rush Lil Mac and Lil Mac caught him, what happened? Just like you. You went down, you was out. But they call you the heart and soul? You're more like dead weight. That's why you had to go get a crew. So they can tell you, oh, don't worry, Warden. You still a man, Warden. You still tough, Warden. Heart and soul? I don't think so. And now we get to my director of finance. The man who has that gift of gab. Doesn't mind throwing a jab. The man who can make the men all pause, talk women out their drawers. Trust me, I've seen it happen. Oh, ALIST, Iverson himself. In the streets, we call him ALIST. See, we didn't have this discussion. This is all business. This is not personal. See, you became one of us. You paid attention when me and the OG had to do this because they trying to break us up because they hating on the shot callers. They want this to go down. That's why they put me in this match. Notice I didn't flinch, I didn't whine, I didn't complain. Neither should you. But you also need to understand. You know, if you win, we win. If I win, we win. But don't make the mistake of thinking I won't play dirty, because I will. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's all about me and you. I'm not worried about the J. Brones in this match. I'm not worried about what Mr. Wendell or Wallace or whatever his name is gotta do. He needs to go find some reality since he's the area of reality. And Warden, Mr. Deadweight, that heart and soul. See, what happens when a heart don't beat? Think about that. And as far as your soul, you don't have one. You again, Mr. G-O-D. You need to call yourself the D-O-G, old yeller. Because you keep trying and trying and trying. Eventually, I'm going to take you in the back and pull this trigger, take you out of your misery. But either way, I came back for a reason. See, I want to be on top. I want to be the man. I want to be the Revolution World Champion. And at this point, I could give a damn who's in the match. I don't give a damn who I got to go through. You can be mad at me tonight, and we can go party in the morning. It's all on you. See, it's about the money. It's about the cause. It's about the women. And I want more of it. Because I'm telling you now, when that bell rings, and when they make that announcement, and they say the winner and new Revolution World Champion, the Bad Superman, you will see ice around my neck, ice around my wrists, and ice around my waist. And ladies and gentlemen, when all y'all see it, you know what you're gonna say? Now that's revolutionary.
So here we are. It's revolutions, New Year's resolutions. You see, Bad Superman, I am your kryptonite. I am the hardcore god. I came here tonight to rip you verbally, mentally, and bring you down to your knees once and for all. The only one calling the shots here at New Year's resolution will be the hardcore god himself. And when I'm done taking you out, see, you think the hardcore god is stupid. You think the hardcore god is weak. You don't think I know that you and ALIST Alverson are both a part of the shot callers. But that doesn't really matter here tonight. Bad Superman. I will be the bad man that brings the Bad Superman down to his knees. Like the peasant you are. You think you are a man of steel, but you're a man of wood, and I will rot and decay you and bring you down, take you out, and put you away once and for all. The hardcore god is your kryptonite, and I will bring you down, take you out, and put you up to dry. And I will be the only one that calls the shots here tonight at New Year's resolution. Mr. Wallace, I don't know who you are, or what you are, or where you've been. See, the hardcore god has come tonight at New Year's resolution. Bring it on. Bring everything you got, see. The hardcore god doesn't care where you're from. It's where you're at. And Mr. Wallace, the hardcore god will bring the pain. The hardcore god will bring damnation to your door. See, I am somebody you never expected. I am somebody you never thought would come around. See, I am the hardcore god. I don't care what titles you've held. I don't care what promotions you worked in before or currently. See, the hardcore god has been in the industry for far too long. So before you think you're stepping foot in the hardcore god's yard, the hardcore god will break you down mentally. The hardcore god will bring you down physically. And I will verbally assassinate you. So without a shadow of a doubt, the hardcore god came to New Year's resolution to not only take you out, but to put you out. ALIST Alverson. So here we are. It's New Year's resolution in revolution. It's Bad Superman, Mr. Wallace, and the hardcore god versus ALIST Alverson for the Revolution's championship. See, A-List Alverson, you can walk around here like the clown you are. Like the silver spoon bitch you are. But you're gonna get nowhere with the hardcore god. You see, A-List Alverson, all your riches, all your hopes, all your dreams will be shattered here tonight at New Year's resolution. Because the hardcore god came for blood, and I came for your championship, and there's not a damn thing you're gonna do about it. And as I get done taking out Bad Superman and Mr. Wallace, and the carnage and the wreckage is laying around, I'm gonna stare you in the eyes, son. You picked the wrong person to mess with. You picked the wrong god to fuck with. You really pissed me off. And tonight at New Year's resolution, I will rip into your chest, take at your heart, and have you bow before the hardcore god and proclaim the Revolution Championship mine for the taking.
I see A-List. I see the Warden. And then there's myself, Mr. Wallace. Please say the Mr. 3 great talents, all with championship machismo talent, the gift of gab, and all 3 capable of holding the Revolution promotion on their backs. Then what the hell are you doing here, Bad Superman? Homie, you's a fraud. You's a phony homie. You are literally the poster child of fake it till you make it. So go ahead and take off them old middle of the mall chains that's turning your neck all green, looking like you got a wingworm on the back of your neck. Take them old cheap $sign shirts, them old plastic ass sunglasses that you purchased from the weave shop, and go do something more important with your time than sitting here feeding to the masses that you're capable of doing what the other 3 in this match can do. Matter of fact, stick your hand back up that puppet's ass and go entertain the kiddies at the circus. Do you really think that A-List has time to carry you in this match? This whole talk that when we one win, we all win. No, that's not how it goes. It's either you got what it takes to win or you don't. And you are the odd man out. And then we have the Warden. A hardcore god, huh? Well, understand this, Warden. You're looking at a man that can match your level of hardcore. I may not refer to myself as a god, but understand these talents were bestowed on me from the God himself, so that automatically makes me god level. See, you can sit there and film and sit in your fiery flames, but understand that Mr. Wallace has been through all types of hell and fire and has always made it on the other side. And more times than not, hand held high as the victor. Sorry, Warden, but you are just the next victim. See, the Warden is in place of penitentiaries to keep the convicts in line and to restore order. But you're looking at a convict that you can't control, that you can't handle. one that you can't contain. I am the inmate that causes the uprising, that causes the inmates to overtake the asylum. And Warden, you do yourself no great service by wearing those chains, because all you're doing is making it easier for Mr. Wallace to snatch you up by those damn chains and hang you lifeless, as an example of what happens when you fuck with Mr. Wallace. And as for you, A-List, it's time to take your ass to church. Revolution! Do not adjust your TV screens yet. It is I, Reverend Gimme though. And I'm good acquaintances with my good brother, Mr. Wallace. Please say to Mr. He gets real angry when you don't say to Mr. But he reached out to me. He said, Reverend. And I said, yeah, Brother Wallace. He said, Reverend, I'm going to a new promotion to do what I normally do. And you know what I do. And I said, yes, brother, I do know what you do. And he said, but there needs to be a change. There needs to be a cleansing of that congregation. And I said, well, you reached out to the right reverend. So without further ado, Revolution congregation, go ahead, close your eyes and bow your head as we pray for Brother A-List Iverson. Yeah, y'all go ahead now. Father God of the promo world, we are gathered here today to cleanse this promotion of the deadly sins of Brother A-List Iverson. Because he knows no better. He just don't know, like the pimples on his neck that he gets from spraying that cheap cologne. His bubble's about to pop. Because he has gone far too long in revolution, fooling the congregation, bamboozling, hoodwinking this congregation, because he's nothing more than a used car salesman loving to blow on some saxophones, portraying as the almighty God of promo wrestling. And so we forgive you, A-List Alphersons, of your sins, and you are now healed, my brother.
As the Revolution enters the new year with the same champion, A-List Alverson comes out to help my good friend BADDSUPERMAN grind through some of that ring rust. To take on Mr. Wallace, whose tag team partner just left him out to dry and said, take care of this one by yourself, big guy. And the Warden, the man who can say God more times in 3 minutes than a pastor says all Sunday.
I feel good because I know there's a God somewhere. There's a God somewhere.
Now, over the course of the last calendar year, there's one thing that has become unmistakably certain. The reputation of A-List Alverson is something that no longer needs to be validated. I have flown to the tallest of heights. I have climbed to the highest of peaks. And I stand above the brand as the Revolution World Champion. Now, Mr. Wallace, you're still a young man in this Revolution roster, and judging by my calculations, you're standing in the wrong column as far as wins and losses go. I hate to have the unfortunate responsibility of telling you that if it was your New Year's resolution to start winning, you picked the wrong time to pursue your goal. And then we've got that Warden character. Last time I saw him on screen in a high-profile event, he was standing in fire with snow falling on him, saying it'll be a cold day in hell before he loses. I guess he learned physics after the rest of us, I must say, there's something that's been bugging me in the caliber of these lowbrow promo artists and the music that they listen to. I want to tell you, I don't think it requires any kind of talent. All you gotta do is come up with some kind of fancy beatbox background, and then you gotta make some kind of profane sounding phrase, loop it around, and all of a sudden you're a music star.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fucking mother.
Like OG and Double D, I'm a real shot caller. Missing little suntan, dick's a little smaller.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Listen to me throwing down that weak ass beat, then watch me dance with my 2 left feet.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Spitting out rhymes, pack it up and then sell it. What key's that song in? I can't even spell it.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Building me a fan base on Facebook and Twitter, getting girls with a tag that's hot like the glitter.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Big bad Superman giving me a run. He's a bootlicking, havocing son of a gun, but
fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fucking mother.
Mr. Wallace, era of reality. Got a toothpick for a personality.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
And then Warden running with the dad bod. That Warden, he's the hardcore god.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Motherfucker.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
A-lister is the man, he's a real top guy, and the haters are G-U-I-L-T-Y.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
With A-list at the helm, watch a brand get bigger, and you know what, I don't know a word that rhymes with bigger.
I'm sorry, but I'm the champion. I gotta get my heat. We need to get the match on the screen. I hope y'all understand, and thank you. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother.
Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fuck you, I'm a fucking mother. Fucking mother.
I am lost for words. For a guy that I know that came to me and was like, is promos due tomorrow? Because I've not started on mine. That was fucking hilarious. And your winner. And still the Revolution World Champion, A-List Halverson.
So I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say all competitors did a fantastic job. Fantastic job. The judges ultimately voted for Mr. A-Lister. However, all 3 judges made a point to tell me about how great Mr. Wallace specifically was. They were a huge fan of him. They thought that he did fantastic. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I might have to go back and relook. Mr. Wallace actually got a vote in this match. So ultimately, A-List was and is still your Revolution World Champion. But again, I just really wanted to focus in on the point that the judges love Mr. Wallace. He even got a vote out of the 3. So congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, Stump definitely lost the F-bomb record for how many times the F-bomb was used in that. But that is a piece of Revolution Gold history, and that will be talked about for a long minute.
That's going to be stuck in my head.
He just outdid the GUI LTY chant that he had going on in the one promo. Remember that? Because me and him just relived that because he just posted in the chat room the other day and was like, this one was like fucking humongous. That was, yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Mr. A-List Alverson. I hope to see Bad Superman, the Warden, Mr. Wallace, A-List Alverson, all those guys in the tag team mix for the month of February.
Absolutely, guys. Don't forget, Fatal Attraction is our next pay-per-view. It's going to take place March 6th. Focusing on tag teams. If you want to get in on this, it's completely random. You don't have to go find yourself a partner. We're going to get you a partner. We just need people to join so that way we can do the randomizer. The more people who do this, the more fun it's going to be.
I would like to do the randomizer like ASAP.
Yeah,
I would like to get as many people as I can ASAP. That we can do the randomizer, go ahead and get the teams together, and let that be building, because the first month of February I want to do a fight night. So we just go ahead and start getting this shit in motion. Everyone can compete, as we said. Everyone can compete except for the tag team champions. All champions are off for the month of February, and there's going to be no single matches. Make no mistake. If you do not get in on this tag team thing, you will not be working with us for the next month. Let that go ahead and be known. So if you do not get in on this, you're not going to be promoting with us at all, because we want as many people, and we only want to focus on the tag team. This is tag team month, all February. So no single stuff whatsoever. We want to do only tag team stuff.
Absolutely. And look at it this way. Even if you don't feel confident that maybe you're good enough to make it all the way to the finals, which if that's how you feel, you need to get the fuck out of your own head. But even if that's how you feel, you need to look at it from a perspective of, this is just another opportunity to get your name out there, to get your face out there, to basically get yourself known. You know, use it as a way to help build your own skill, practice, if you will, whatever you got to call it. You know, even if you don't like tag teams, maybe you've never done tag teams before. Guys, doing tag team matches is a whole nother kit and caboodle.
It's a different beast, man. It's a different beast.
Sure. And honestly, for me personally, and I think Tommy would agree with me, we find the tag teams are easier. Now, not everybody agrees. Some people prefer to do it, you know, by themselves. They prefer to do, you know, be responsible for their own path or whatever. We find it is a little bit easier because it takes some of the pressure off, especially if you have a partner you can trust. And yeah, you might.
Yes, it will be done live.
For sure. It's going to be more fun that way.
Yeah.
And you might get teamed up with someone who's maybe not as dedicated as you. You know, use that as a teaching ability. Use it as a time to learn, to grow, and to become a better promo artist as a whole.
Yeah, that was a kick-ass match. If you just joined in, make sure you go back and watch it. If you just missed A-List Alverson's.
You know what I love about A-List Alverson? And if it's so fitting that he's the Revolution World Champion. Because the great thing about Revolution is we were built on the idea of being, you know, different, to revolutionize the promo game as a whole. And we love the fact that A-List Alverson is our Revolution World Champion, because he has completely changed what you might, or at least what I personally have in my head of what a promo should be.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys, especially these old school guys or guys from other groups, in their mind, they're thinking a promo needs to be, it's a clear-cut thing on exactly what a promo needs to be, and it's not. The game has changed. At least over here in Revolution, it's changed, because that's what we're all about. But that's the great thing about A-List is that, you know, he will cut his opponent down. He'll make you laugh while he's doing it. He's entertaining. And that's really what promo should be about, is the entertaining aspect of it. And that, man, that's exactly what that was.
That was very entertaining.
Pure entertainment.
Pure entertaining. That's someone who's doing this for the love of doing promos. You can tell it shows in his work.
Absolutely.
Well, guys,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Kick-ass show.
Fantastic pay-per-view.
Fantastic. Let's get this tag team thing a popping and get it going into the month of February. And that is why we are
revolutionary.